All right. Shalom, Akim. All praise be unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wahara Kakadash. Yahweh being the name of the creator of all things, which the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai being the name of his only begotten Son, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS who taught us this truth and well, who teach it in 100% with all sincerity of working out the election, working out their salvation, so that they may receive that election when Yahweh Shai returns. This is a lesson that I had going into, the kingdom being translated, as well as the way this world is beginning to work. In order for them to get ready to push what's the word we're using, the MOB. Only way they're going to be able to push it is they're going to first have to get rid of this dollar, and in order way to get rid of this dollar, they're going to have to increase it more and more and more. And I just thought about another article I was reading. I may have to search for in just a second towards the end of this lesson. But I'll just go with the spirit on that one. But you've had your turn, Esau. You've had your turn to rule this earth. You've had your turn to do it how you wanted to. You've explored all your lavishness. You sat on this seat. You've ate the fat of this earth, and now you've gained a tremendous amount of weight, and now you have cancer, and it's about to take you out. And you're about to try to get some surgery, to try to save yourself, and it's not gonna work. That surgery's gonna kill you, At the end of the day, it's lucky. It's lucky, excuse me. But this is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 10:8. Because of your unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And we know that kingdom is about to be translated into, the elect, because what Esau is the beginning of the world and Jacob is the end, And we can go ahead and pull that real quick. This is 2nd Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Jacob being Israel, whose name was changed to Israel in the middle, I believe in the middle of Genesis. But there's another precept, 2 Corinthians 4:7-8. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh, and not of us. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Hamashiach, that the life also of Yahweh Shai might be made manifest in our body. And there was a lesson that Elder Apostle Gabar had made about that brother who had to dream with the UPS truck. And like he was saying, man, if you don't have no infirmity or no affliction or anything like that, the Lord's not dealing with you. It's pretty much how he said it, And I think after that he said, "I'll say it to your face," And it just kind of helps you understand, like if you're not going through anything, as Christians seem to believe, the Christian church, and it's all of this folly. If somebody's doing well, they're thinking, "Oh man, the Lord is working with him, man. That's why he has all these things." But it's completely opposite, And we know that it's the opposite. Yeah. Long day at work. So this is another article I was reading. That's kind of going into that. 29% of households have jobs, but struggle to cover basic needs. They are one emergency from poverty, one expert says, and that's 40 million families, as it says right here, And then, but the main point, outside of the high inflation, and high interest rates have taken the hefty toll, and there is little relief in sight. That 29% is not talking as well about this 11.5% right here. It's not talking about the population that's already in poverty, And then even still, I don't believe that number, that percentage is talking. I believe that 11.5% is just talking about, those living in the apartments and everything already in poverty. Sorry, I keep yawning. Already in poverty and on welfare and things like that. That's not even still talking about the percentage of the population that is homeless as well, which makes me kind of want to see what is the percentage of homelessness. Homelessness in America. Okay, no, it's not giving me. It says 0.19%. Okay, no. So if it's 0.19%, I believe. All right, this one kind of goes into it. 14%. Yeah, because if it's 0.919%, yeah, kind. So they're saying point 0.2 right here. They're saying point 0.2 right here. That was updated May 15th, 2024. Here, let's dive in deeper to that. Okay, so 0.2% is what they're saying is homeless. All right, which I can understand. I'll work off Esau's numbers, but I feel like that may be a little higher. I feel like that might be higher than what they're saying. But either way, that 11% plus that 29%, that's 40%, of America that's at the end of the day barely making it, living paycheck to paycheck, and even those that are not living paycheck to paycheck, eventually they are going to start to feel the brutal end of it as well, as things keep going up and things keep going up. They are going to see the end of it. Don't be fooled. You do not be fooled for a second. There's another article right here talking about the wealth transfer. The great wealth transfer has started, but millennials, Gen Z, may not inherit as much as they anticipate. Studies show a disconnect between how much adult children expect to inherit and how much their aging parents plan on leaving them. Longer life expectancies, rising healthcare costs, growing financial insecurity, and changing views about inheritance are all partly possible. And like I'm saying right now, like I was saying a second ago, with everything going up, and excuse me, man, with everything going, the price of everything going up, these people are having to go into their savings, and as they're going into their savings, this is the money that they're supposed to be living for their children, and then when they die, they're not gonna have as much to leave for their children. All right, baby boomers are set to pass more than 68 trillion on to their children, and yes, some millennials and Generation Z may not be inheriting as much as they think. $68 trillion. All right. To that point, 68% of millennials and Gen Zers have received or expect to receive an inheritance of nearly 320,000 on average. Additionally, 52% of millennials think they'll get even more, at least 350. However, 55% of baby boomers who plan to leave behind an inheritance said that they will pass on less than 250,000. All right. And even still, that's the money to receive, but further, just 1/3 of white families and about 1 in every 10 black families receive any inheritance at all. So, not even that many are actually receiving an inheritance. So, this isn't, when you really crunch the numbers, like I said, Esau is great with finicking with the numbers and making it seem like it's something that it's not. Because, as it just said, 1/3 of white families and about 1 in every 10 black families receive any inheritance at all. So, this percentage that they're talking about is only talking about what the percentage of the people who are actually going to receive something. And as we're reading right here, that's a 1/3 and that's 1/10. It doesn't really add up when you look at their numbers that way. That's the main point that I'm making. But the gist of it is they know that it's not about to be as much passed along as they are saying that it is. They know they're about to take what's the word? They know that they're about to take a hit. It's the point that I'm making. All right. Now this is Proverbs 1:27-31, and before I pull that out, actually, I do want to go ahead and try to see if I can find that that article. Pretty much was saying let's give an example of what the national debt should be. Here it is. Boom. National debt will exceed 50 trillion by 2034. And I'm not going to go too deep into that, but it's just a picture. They're it's going to in Abaratazah, it really goes up before then. It's more than that before that time. Lord's will. But $50 trillion is a lot of money. And I wouldn't be surprised with how many countries that we're having to help in these wars and everything that it really doesn't go up before then. If you look at, we can go and look at the debt clock, because that was something I used to do in high school, because I acknowledged a long time ago that they were effing up the money. They were effing up the money like big time, man. All right. See, and they make it look like it's a joke and a game and everything like that. No, man, this is not no game. I don't know why, this. Oh, they done made an app and everything, trying to make it look cool. This is not no game, man. All right, I don't even think this is an actual website. I don't think that, or it was a website. It may have been. Yeah, I think it is the debt clock. Yeah, it is. Wow. They done really made this thing a joke more than anything else. It did not used to look like this at all. I want to do a time machine. All right, and I'm just going to go back a few years. That was 2000. So 2024, we got it at 34, hundred thousands, millions, but 34 trillion, right? Now check out this. That's 2024. Now, let's go to 2020. All right, so from 2020 to 24, we went up 6 trillion. And it slowed down, and you can tell that it kind of slowed down because of Trump. All right, because when you go to 2000, that's 2020. This is 2020. Now, when you go to 2016, when Obama was in office, it's at 20. And then when you look at 2016, why is it? Oh, it's not tripping. That's not right. It's still showing me 2000. Go to 2012. 16 trillion. Go 2008. 11 trillion. So 5 trillion from 2008 to 2012. Yeah, it's not Salakiakim. It's not pulling up the right way because it's not even changing. Or am I? 2020 was at 28. See? Salaki, bear with me 1 second. 2020, they're saying it was at 28 trillion. Right? All right. So from 2016 to 2020, it went from 16, making sure. Right now we are on, hey man, Esau, stop fucking with my shit, man. $2016, it was at 20 trillion. All right. 2020, it went up $12 trillion. 2020 to 2024, it went up $6 trillion. All right. Now we can go up and we can go to 2028, and they have it at 46 trillion. All right, and that's not including if they decide to give any more money to these wars and everything like that. So as we saw, it was a 12 trillion, then a 6 trillion jump. All right, and during that 12 trillion, who was in office? All right, from 16 to 2024, and boom, Biden has been in office. Right? Biden's in office. This is 2024 election year. It's going up 6 trillion. So that means that Trump during COVID took it from 20 trillion to 2020. He took it up 12 trillion. All right. And then Biden got in and made it go up another 6 trillion. So I mean, regardless, it's continues to increase. It doesn't really matter who's in office because they both are working for the same people, no matter what we believe. All right. But the main thing is that they're pushing this agenda to actually create this debt. And, as you really, really start to understand the numbers and really understand this debt clock and how they're moving it, you start to see that it's all a sham. All right. It is all a sham because 144. Now they're hiding something. How do I get rid of this? Man, move this dude out the way, bro. Damn. Here we go. This is what we're really looking at. This is the U.S. total debt. You see that? 100 million, thousand, billion, $100 trillion. All right. And I could be wrong. I could be doing numbers wrong, and but if I'm looking at what's in the red, for the most part, I'm always going to look at what's in the red. All right. Because they're showing you what's in the green. The U.S. federal tax revenue being at 4 trillion, income tax revenue, payroll tax revenue, exercise tax, corporate tax, tariff tax, estimate gift tax. They're showing you what they're making money. All right. Overall, they show you what each state is total federal, state, local spending, total worker compensation, U.S. gross domestic product. They show you where they're making their money. All right. And then overall, we have our total debt right there. So a lot of stuff is, and Baba Kashad, maybe one day I'll make a lesson that really goes and breaks this down, because now I'm really even more inclined to understand what is really going on here and what this all actually means. If we're supposed to be looking at this one right here, or if we're supposed to be looking at this one right here. Because what is the nationals debt difference between the U.S. total debt? That's the main thing that I'm trying to make. But at the end of the day, I just want to see how much it was, But this is Proverbs 1:27-31. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, for that they hated knowledge, and did not choose to fear of the Lord, that they would none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. And, of course, this is actually talking unto Israel. But the main point, that you can understand is this is part of the punishment that Esau is going to receive, because the laws and statutes weren't for them. So they hate knowledge. They hate correction. All right? So their desolation is going to come, and their destruction is going to come as a whirlwind, and they're going to be in distress, and they're going to be in anguish. All right? And they won't be able to call upon anyone, and they're going to be ignored by Yahweh Shai, because he's going to be the one destroying them. All right. And in that day, they will find him, and they will know that he is the Lord. He is Alpha. He is Omega. You know, but nevertheless, that was just a quick lesson. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.